Hola, my friends. Welcome back to A Life I Choose, the place to be to design your life so you can thrive. For those of you who don't know me, hi. I'm Emma. I'm a psychotherapist, a lifestyle strategist, and I'm also the founder of the self-development agency, A Life I Choose. Today, I have a video for you about creating a more trusting and joyful relationship with your partner. And the reason that I want to create this video today is because so many of us are in relationships and we really love our partners. And at some point, we go through difficult times with our partners. It just happens. We go through difficult times. And I really want to focus on one thing that we can do to deepen trust in our relationships. So, we live busy lives, right? We live very busy lives. We have work commitments, we have friend commitments, we have family commitments, we have kids, we have so much going on. And very often our relationships, right, which are the most important relationships in our life, because our partners are our team members for life, right? We are a team with our partners. Very often we end up parking this relationship and kind of just being like, okay, like we're good, we're solid, we're married, whatever, like take care of yourself, I gotta focus on this stuff. And what happens when we do this is that this relationship starts to experience distance. We start to grow apart. From this space of being apart, the lack of togetherness, a lot of misunderstandings come about, frustrations. We start to fill the gap of the misunderstanding with, our own perception of what's going on. And our own perception is not necessarily the right perception. Typically it isn't. And it can create a really unpleasant experience. Or if it's not unpleasant, it just might be unfulfilling, because what most of us want is a high quality relationship. We want to experience relationships that are close, connected, nourishing, exciting, full of passion. You want to look at your partner and feel like, wow, like this guy is hot, this guy is hot, this guy is good, this guy is, everything. The thing is that a lot of the time we tend to leave that responsibility in our partner's hands, when in reality this is both of us. Like both of us need to be investing time, energy, and love into our relationship so that we can create the kind of quality relationship that we want to experience. So this video is for people who want to create a high quality relationship. It's also for people who have been going through a challenging time in their relationship and they want their relationship to heal and recover and not just get back to the point where they were, but to surpass that, to have an even more enjoyable, exciting, fulfilling relationship and keep that going, make it sustainable. And it's also for people who are new in their relationship and want to start their relationship on the right foot. Okay, they want to start it on the right path. So you're in the right place, you're watching the right video. If you're one of those people, let's get straight to it. So why does trust in relationships even matter? Now, this might seem like a ridiculous question, right? Because like trust, we all know trust is the basis of relationships, but why? Like, have we even ever bothered to ask why? The thing is that with trust, right, when we have trust in a relationship, we create safety. When you trust that your partner will love you no matter what, then you can really be your authentic self. You can be real with this person. The most damaging thing in relationships is when we alter who we are in order to please the other. Okay? So we alter who we are. We say yes to what we don't want. We say no to what we do want. We don't ask for what we want. We don't say no to the things that are bothering us. We don't talk about the things that are hard because we don't have enough safety to go there. And what defines a good relationship to an awesome relationship, the difference is safety. Because when we have safety, we can be our true selves with each other. We can say, listen, when you do this, it hurts my feelings. Or listen, like, I really want this in my future. It's really, really important to me. And I would love for us to work on this together. Are you with me? Can you be with me in this? When we can have such honest communication, knowing that our partner might at the end of the day say, no, I can't give you what you want. And you know what, that's a part of relationships, that's a part of honesty. When you can go to that honest space with your relationship, that is safety. And with safety and honesty and authenticity and courage, because it's courageous to be who you really are. It's courageous to speak your mind, and not just speak your mind, but to speak your heart. It's easy to speak your mind. To speak your mind is to intellectualize. It's to speak about stuff that doesn't really concern you. To speak your heart is to be vulnerable and say, listen, this hurts, or listen, when you do this, I can't stand it. Or it's to really go to that space where you're risking. To speak your heart is to be courageous. And when you can do that in your relationships, then your relationship can really grow. When we fear telling our partners how we really feel, and you might tell me, listen, Emma, I do tell my partner how I feel, but there is a difference between accusing someone of something, and I'm not saying that you are accusing, but there are ways that we speak that are different. Like, you can say to someone like, you always do this and you make me feel this way, and blah, 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 blah. Like, your partner can't hear you when you speak like that. But when you say something like, when this happens, it really hurts me, it makes me feel alone, I wonder whether or not you're with me. And I genuinely need for this to change because it's hurting me so much. I need for this to change. Are you willing to work with me on this? That's different. It's different. Your partner can hear you. Hopefully your partner can hear you. In this video, I don't want to focus so much on the communication, but I want to focus on one thing that you can do together to give the space for the trust to develop, for the safety to develop, okay? We make meetings with our colleagues, with our friends, with our family. We set up meetings, we set up time to meet. But very often we tend to take for granted the person who we live with. And we just leave it up to, oh, we have free time, what shall we do? If you ever have free time. And this is damaging to relationships because then there's the distance, and from the distance there's misunderstanding, and from misunderstanding, trust starts to break down. So one thing that you can do, and this is not everything that you can do to create more trust, because the vulnerable communication is a big part of building trust. But one thing that makes a big difference in relationships is to create rituals together that you honor. Okay, so this is to set up time and respect that time that you spend together. So you can have different kinds of rituals. Like, you can have a morning ritual where you eat breakfast together, or you do a gratitude practice together and you say what you are grateful for about each other and about whatever else is happening in your life. You could have an evening ritual where at the end of your day, you spend 10 minutes together and you share about your day and you have a drink together or something like that. You can also have date nights, like date nights once a week or once every 2 weeks. And you can also then have the bigger rituals where you celebrate, you celebrate those milestones, you celebrate achievements, you celebrate your anniversaries, your birthdays, those kinds of things. And rituals are those things that, they mark in your brain, like, this is happening, you're going to be together. It's that time to be together. It's that safety, that knowing that you value your relationship enough to invest time into it, to invest energy into it. And from that space, from that togetherness, you can't have the difficult conversations that are necessary for relationships to grow without having the safety of knowing that you value each other and you love each other and you're willing to invest time into each other. When you are willing to invest in each other, the safety starts to develop, and then you can have the difficult conversations that need to happen. And trust comes not from having a perfect relationship, but from being able to address the difficulties. Trust comes from, in some way, separating and then finding a way to come back together. Trust comes from the reparation of the relationship. So it's not about never doing anything wrong. It's about owning responsibility and being like, yes, I see what I did. So obviously, as you can see from what I'm saying, trust comes from a lot of different things, right? It comes from responsibility. It comes from honest communication. It comes from going to the difficult space, being able to hold the difficult space, all of this. But something that is so simple that a lot of us forget is the rituals, okay? Because we need the ritual to create the togetherness so that we can go there, okay? So if there's one thing that you take from this video, it's to create a ritual with your partner that you guys can depend on, that that in those times are sacred. They're for your relationship. They're for you to be together, to really see each other, so that you're no longer just, projecting things onto each other, projecting expectations onto each other. Instead, you're actually together. You can become curious about each other, How are you? How are you feeling? What's going on with you? Tell me about your day, Tell me what's stressing you out. I want to hear about it, Tell me what's exciting you at the moment. I want to hear about it. Rituals, togetherness. Guys, if anything in this video wasn't clear, please leave a question in the comment section below. If you want to comment on it, just go ahead, do so. I love being in dialogue with you. I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a like and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. And I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next one. I wish you growthful relationships that are high quality, super exciting, and super fulfilling. And I send you lots of love. See you soon. Peace.